Hello, welcome back. What? Buenos dias, buenas noches, whatever time it is that you're watching this. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Kimberly, and if you missed my first video, this is my cosmetology channel documenting my whole cosmetology journey. So in today's video in particular, we're going to be covering my cosmetology application, the whole process, starting from thinking about what schools I was going to be going to, ultimately to enrolling and deciding which school I chose. So let's get into this, let's get into the nitty gritty. And real quick, before we do get started, if you find this content interesting, please feel free to like and subscribe and keep following along in my journey. But yeah, let's get started. So the first thing for me was I built out a list. I built out a list of what was closest to me and what schools were going to be available. So right here, my tried and true list. The red is all the cons and the schools that I ultimately didn't go with, or notes about what the cons were of that school. So I'll get started real fast with school number one. School number one was RCC. It's in Riverside. It's 40 minutes away. The tuition cost over there was $5,000. The cost of the kit was $1,050. Plus you had the cost of textbooks, which was an additional $400, plus the cost of uniforms, which was $50, plus a parking pass, which was an additional, I believe it was like $50. So considering all of that cost, I did find Riverside to be a little bit more out-of-pocket expenses. Plus I didn't know what other small costs were going to come. If I needed any towels or single-use supplies that I'm going to have to buy throughout the journey. Another thing is for their schedule for RCC, they start at 8 a.m. to 4:40. So it is full-time, which is good. It's something I'm looking for. But as a girl who struggles to wake up early, 8 a.m. sounded rough. So I had I had an open mind that I was going to have to wake up early for school regardless. But I was hoping more for like a 9 a.m. start time. So for that reason, it's 40 minutes away. I'd have to be waking up at around like 6:30, 7, depending on traffic every single day. So I crossed off RCC off my list. It was a no for me. Then moving on to Salon Success. Salon Success is right here in Corona, 10 minutes away from me, super convenient, but the second I saw the budget of $19,000, it was a bit too much. So I crossed them off the list and I said no. The next class I started looking for was through a recommendation. It was Pomona. So they have an adult education continuation school, and in there they have a program for cosmetology. It's a 1,000-hour program, same thing. The cost was really low, $4,192, only 30 minutes away from me, so commute time sounded good. The other thing was that their schedule though was 8 a.m. to 2:30, so it's a part-time schedule. That means I'll be in school longer, and again, I'll be waking up early. So I crossed off Pomona off the list. It just wasn't for me. And then I got to the oh-so-famous Paul Mitchell. So Paul Mitchell is in Costa Mesa for me, the closest one. It was 40 minutes away. I saw the price, it was $20,000. It was way out of my budget. And then, again, I wanted to consider a big institution, but after looking at their pass-fail tests, which I'll include pictures of kind of what that looks like, it shows the actual percentages of the amount of students that have successfully passed in their past term. And Paul Mitchell wasn't looking too good. So personally, I wanted to go to a school that had really good teachers, that I was going to have the best outcome of succeeding because of that. Not so much because of the name of the school, more so because of the teachers. So then I started going back to my roots and started looking at SEC. SEC is a community college that's here close by. It's a 40-minute commute for me, so not too far. I'm willing to drive. It's never bothered me. And I really like this. They were 40 minutes away. Their cost was $3,410, which was the best cost so far. That includes the kit, that includes tuition, that includes perks for SEC as well. So I get my student ID, and as you know, once you get a student ID, that unlocks a bunch of discounts, insurance discounts, different promos here and there. So it definitely has its incentives. as well as no parking permit, which was nice. I don't have to physically pay for a parking permit for. And then the one thing that sold me, that I think completely just showed me that this was the school for me, was their schedule was 9 a.m. to 4:30, which is perfect. It's full time, and 9 a.m. That means I can wake up at 8. That means I can wake up at 7 and make breakfast. It's not because I'm rushing to get out of the house, which is really exciting. So that's ultimately the school that I ended up picking. I think that they had the best package. They had the best teachers. They also had an online orientation that I was able to attend almost immediately. And then after that, their application process was really simple. They sent me a checklist for their school, what it was, the requirements to get in. And if you're anything like me, you don't know where you left your transcript, and you have to go and drive to the school district and grab it like the adult that you now are. And then you do the sign-up process, which is very easy. It's just an easy application online that you fill out your name, your GPA, your previous education, and then basically after 24 to 48 hours, they send you back your application, whether it's been approved or denied. Thankfully, mine was approved, so I was excited. I got my approval form, and then after that, you just have to attend the Salon orientation, and at that day, you get to pay for your kit, whether if you like the place or not, whether you like the orientation or not. If not, there's no commitment, which is something that I also really liked. I felt like it was the first place where they weren't pushing me to completely sign up and telling me that they were the best place ever known to man. It was just very humble, very nice teachers. You could tell that everyone had a really good, everyone had a lot of experience already in the field, which was a really good sign. So it felt like the right place to be for me. So that's the school that I ultimately ended up going for. Why didn't I consider one of the big name institutions like Paul Mitchell, like Milan, like Salon Success that's right down my street, 10 minutes away? Anything that's like 10 to 15K is just completely out of the budget. And it could even be a little bit more than that, because again, you're going to have different costs that you're going to have to incur as you go through school that will be those single-use items or just certain things that you find that are helpful to you. Another note that I want you to take away from this is do not underestimate what you can do for free. I am team community college, so I keep in mind that my whole goal behind this is to pass my state board exam, and I know that I'm going to do that wherever I pick a good school. So, team budget, team adulting, that's me. So that's why I ended up going with this school ultimately. If you have the budget to go for a big name school, then go for it. I do just recommend, again, looking at your pass-fail rates for that specific location, because that's also a good indicator of what type of teachers you're going to have before actually going and seeing it. And I also forgot to mention, but on the orientation day, one of the things that really sold me was they had the orientation in the salon. It was like right in the lobby, which was really nice because you got to see the girls working on, you got to see the girls in training, which was nice because you kind of get to put yourself in their shoes for a minute and say, oh, it brings out more of the excitement of wanting to sign up and join the school and be a part of all of that. And another thing is, if you're not decided, try and ask them if you can just sit in and shadow sometimes and sit in and watch a class. And you never know, the power of asking. They might say yes, and it might be the school that you end up deciding on because of that. So, the next important topic that I do want to cover real quick is outfits. So they don't cover a specific outfit in my program. They just tell us that it's a black shirt, black t-shirt, and black pants. Specifically more like a scrub material, and closed-toe shoes. So for the scrubs, I just went to my local DD's. It's kind of like a Ross, and they have lots of scrub options there. So I was able to find a shirt and pants, and I'll even show you here. I think it was $5.99. So this is nice because if I need to go and get another shirt, and if this one gets ruined with chemicals, then I can easily just change it out. And then same thing with the pants. I think I spent like, yeah, these were $6.99, and they have more that are like 10 and 11 and whatever. So just simple pants. And then when it comes to the shoes, I think the shoes are probably going to be one of the most important things, because if you're clumsy, or when we're first learning, and specifically me, I'm a little bit clumsy sometimes. If you drop those scissors, you want something that's going to really protect your foot. You don't want to hurt yourself, and although you want to be comfortable, you want to think about the safety too. So for myself, I'm just going to be using my combat boots to start. I'm probably going to go through and get something that's a little bit more comfortable, but these ones, at least to start for safety, are going to be like my best shot. Like nothing's going through these. So yeah, something that is comfortable and something that is safe. You want to keep that in mind. And yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching. In the next videos coming up, I'm going to be showing you what's in my actual cosmetology kit. I'm going to be receiving that in a few days here, so that'll be the next video that I'm uploading. We kind of go through that together, and that'll be really exciting. So yeah, if you guys like this video, if you guys like this type of content, just drop me a comment, let me know, or subscribe, like, anything that kind of gives me a good insight that you're enjoying the content. But if not, then just continue on this journey and keep on watching. Thank you so much, you guys. Bye.